Welcome, my beautiful people. Fernando David here, and today I have some news coming out of Tallahassee, Florida. And the news is the following. Senate Bill 522, which is a short-term rental bill or vacation rental bill, is in consideration. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with the bill basically states that or will require all advertising platforms to collect and remit taxes. And then the big one is gives the regulation power to the state. Here's what I mean by that, or here's what that means. It means that the state will be in control as it relates to any type of regulation related to short-term rentals. Now, many people believe that that means that it will abolish current laws that are in the books by municipalities or counties. The bill doesn't do that. The bill basically states that if a city or a county decides to create a regulation on a short-term rental, it needs to apply across the board, meaning you can't single out just short-term rentals. So the bill has to be uniform. As many that host in Florida know, several years back, Florida passed a bill that prevents or prohibits cities from banning short-term rentals altogether. So this bill, basically what it does now is it tells the city or the county that if you're going to regulate short-term rentals, that it has to be uniform. Now, here's the problem with the bill, or here's what I believe is going to be the biggest obstacle for this bill, and that is the governor. The governor believes that the city and county should be the ones regulating short-term rentals, and that the state shouldn't be burdened with that. Again, the state of Florida is huge. It's big. Has a big short-term rental industry here in Florida. So, if this bill passes, it shifts the burdens from the city and the counties to the state. And Governor DeSantis believes that it may be a burden too big for the state, and he wants to be cautious in proceeding with this bill. So I'll keep you abreast on the bill. I'll let you know how it continues throughout the floor. But if you have an opinion on it, share it with us. Let me know what you think. You think the bill is good? You think it doesn't go far enough or goes too far? Let me know. The next two things I want to talk about is the market itself, the real estate market in Florida. And the reason I want to address this is because I get countless phone calls of people wanting to invest in Florida or buy real estate in Florida, and then they're shocked as to what or how the market is currently doing. If you've been living under a rock, you probably missed this, but the real estate market, specifically in South Florida, is booming. I'm seeing prices increase dramatically in Florida in the last year. In addition to that, there's been huge demand. So let me just go over the few things. The first thing I want to talk about is that if you're not aware, the spring housing market officially or unofficially started President's Day. Now, typically, that means that there's a boom or an increase in sales during the springtime. A lot of people that want to buy real estate tend to buy it during the springtime, because if they're going to make that move, they want to make it in the springtime so that their kids or family members want to adjust during that time to get ready for the new school year. So in years past, the springtime is when we see a demand for real estate. Well, this is COVID, people. We're in post-COVID times. It's completely changed. But currently, especially in South Florida, we're seeing a huge, and I mean huge, demand for real estate. When we couple that with inventory, and inventory is extremely low, and low interest rates, here's what's happening, people. Anytime a property gets on the market, if that property is priced right and the property is in decent condition, there's going to be a bidding war for that property. Those that are currently on the market to buy already know this because they're experiencing this. But those that are looking to get into it, be prepared to do one of the following: to act quickly and be prepared to have a battle in your hands in terms of purchasing that property. For investors, this is not an ideal time because you're going to have a difficult time buying properties. So I work with a lot of wholesalers. Even wholesalers are finding it difficult to find properties off market and find properties that can be used or that can be wholesaled, because many people are realizing that now is a seller's market and the demand for that particular property is going to be high, whether or not it's in good condition. So that's number one. The next story I want to talk about is a story that I particularly like, and it's that Florida continues to be one of the best places to retire in, not just because of our taxes, because of our weather, but there's a lot of reasons as to why Florida continues to be one of the top places to retire in, and 5 Florida cities are currently ranked in the top 10 places to retire in. Now, here's what's interesting about that. If you know anything about Florida, you know that South Florida traditionally has been one of the most expensive places to live within Florida. But even with that, there are currently 2 cities within South Florida that have made the top 10 list. So let me go over the 5 cities. First, number 1 is Boynton Beach. Now, number 1 and I believe number 9 were a surprise to me because they are within South Florida. But Boynton Beach came in number 1 based on some of the factors that they list in the report. I'll put the link below so you can see what factors there are. But basically the beach, the weather, housing, that's some of the reasons why these are ranked in the top 10 best places to live or to retire in. But Boynton Beach, number 1. So big props to Boynton Beach. Number 2 is Sarasota. Now, Sarasota traditionally has been one of those cities that always ranks in the top 10. That one and the next one, which is St. Petersburg, they're traditionally been in the top 10, but they're there. The next one, which again, this is going to be a South Florida city, big surprise to me, is Delray Beach. Delray Beach came in number 9. It beat out Ocala. Ocala came in number 10. So those are the top 5 most affordable places to retire in. Again, this also adds to the other story that I talked about in terms of the real estate market. Real estate market, because of this and many other reasons, Florida real estate market is hot. And for all those people that are saying that we're going to see a bubble bust in real estate, yeah, that's a possibility. But I find that it's going to be less of a possibility because of just the demand to come to Florida. The markets, as we know, in New York, some of these other places, the real estate market isn't that hot. There's been mass exodus, people leaving New York, people leaving California. And guess what, people? They're coming here. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concern, list them below. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.